May, Disney World trip details. When are you posting the wedding vlog? What are you most excited for this upcoming summer? House hunting updates. Can we have some house hunting updates? Are you house hunting? What is going on with that? Was it hard to build your social media community and how long did it take? What would you tell your 10, 15, and 20-year-old self? Well, hello everyone. What is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Brianna and welcome to another installment of the monthly coffee chat series. These are my all-time favorite videos to film on this channel because it just feels like we're two friends, we're hanging out, we're chatting, and we're talking like we're on FaceTime, okay? That is why I love these videos so much, because I feel like we just get to chit chat, catch up, see what's going on in each other's lives. You always comment down below what's going on with you guys, and there's just something about these cozy coffee chats that I just absolutely love. So welcome to another installment of the monthly coffee chat series. If you're new around here, hi, my name is Brianna. Every month I film a monthly coffee chat video where we chat just like we're on FaceTime, and I answer all of your questions, topics, things that you ask me over on my Instagram. So without further ado, let's get into today's coffee chat installment. Let me tell you, I feel like you guys came through with some really good questions for this month in particular. In addition, I'm sitting on the floor, and that is because for some reason, I just need to feel a little grounded today. I feel like my brain and my body is going in like a million different directions recently, and sometimes when I sit on the floor, I just feel more grounded. That does not mean that this coffee chat is going to be anything other than chaotic and fun and still cozy and chatty, but I am feeling a little bit grounded, so I'm sitting on the floor today. Sometimes I sit on my bed, sometimes I sit on the floor, sometimes we just get cozy kind of wherever, but today, feeling like sitting on the floor right in front of my bed in front of a beautiful sunny window. And so without further ado, because you all know I could just yap here about nonsense for the entirety of this entire video, let's get into today's coffee chat. So I have a very good amount of questions. I went through them and picked out some of the big ones that stood out to me. So we are going to start with today. The first question is, what was your thorn, bud, and rose of the month? This was probably one of my all-time favorites that was asked because, fun fact, Corey and I actually do our thorn, bud, and rose every single night before we go to bed just to round out the entire day. So the fact that you asked this actually brought like such a big smile to my little heart. But I would say my thorn of the month, what was my least favorite part of the month? Honestly, I feel like a lot of this month I've been kind of just in the dumps a little bit about, I think, comparing myself on social media, and I think I talked about this in my last monthly coffee chat, but I think just the comparison game this month has really gotten to me. I feel like I don't really live a really fun life. I feel like I've just been comparing myself to other creators online and what they do after work and what they do for work and just things that they do every day, and that was my thorn. Was I just really got in that like tunnel vision kind of mindset around comparing myself, and I'm out of it now, which I'm really happy for. But I would say in the beginning of the month I was just a little bit more kind of in my feelings with comparing me as a creator to other creators and their lives, and so the comparison game was definitely the thorn of this month. My rose of the month though was celebrating Corey's 30th birthday. That was such a highlight for me. We got to spoil him and we went to Foxwoods and we played bingo, went out to a beautiful dinner with two of our best friends, celebrated with his family, and just getting a whole month to celebrate him was such a joy because I love to celebrate him. I think he's the best person to celebrate. And then my second bud was just the weather in the latter half of the month. We've gotten beautiful sunny days. We have blue skies. It is spring. The colorful flowers are out. The trees are blooming. I'm not wishing allergies because I know those are right around the corner with the pollen, if you know what I mean. But I would just say the weather, the latter half of the month has been such a true high, and I have loved every second of just getting this beautiful, sunny, gorgeous spring weather. And then I would say my bud that I'm looking forward to, or the thing I'm most looking forward to, is our Disney trip at the end of this month, which is May. I just can't wait. I am itching to go back. I am in need of some magical peace and get my brain back in the magic and my body back in the magic and just enjoy everything that our next Disney trip will have to offer. So that is my rosebud and thorn for the month of April. And the next question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel, or what made you want to start on YouTube? And I would say I had always loved watching people kind of vlog their everyday life, their makeup routines. I really enjoyed the idea of YouTube and vlogging. I never felt like I had anything at that point to share, so I didn't start YouTube as early as I wanted. But the reason I did start YouTube was when I was little, my parents used to have so many home videos of us on Christmas morning, and they would prop up the camcorder and we get to watch back basically all of our kind of home movies and our Christmas mornings and my cheer competitions, my brother's football games, just all these fun big moments of life. They used to basically vlog our Christmas Eve and ask people like questions on the camcorders, and I just loved that, and I love getting to see myself grow up along with my parents grow up, and just all of our family traditions that maybe I don't remember because I was way too little, but I love getting to look back on them. And when Corey and I started traveling internationally a lot, I feel like I was always taking photos, but I just wished I had more to look back on. And so that is what made me want to start a YouTube channel. Was I wanted to vlog and document all of our travels and our adventures, and I also wanted to share just kind of my everyday life, because I found that so many creators I loved online were the creators that were doing these big and glamorous things, but I never felt like I fully related to any of those creators because I had just started my full-time 9 to 5. I was busy on the weekends, and I feel like I was just living this more boring, I don't want to say boring and mundane. I feel like those are really big buzzwords right now in the creator community, but I don't know. I just felt like my life was your standard everyday life, and I wasn't doing all those fun things, and I wanted to share and hopefully be able to find people that could relate to me. And that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to start out on YouTube. So the main reason was because I wanted to create home videos and document Corey and I's travels, but the second reason was I wanted to share my life, my crazy, fun, chaotic family life online, and I felt like it could resonate with someone else and relate to someone else. So that is why I wanted to start a YouTube channel. So the next question is, will you and Corey ever go to Epic Universe or Universal? So if you're new around here, my husband and I are big Walt Disney World goers. We love going to the Walt Disney theme parks. Specifically, we've only been to the one in Orlando, but we're big theme park people and we love Disney. And I have never myself been to Universal. Corey has been to Universal when he was, I think it was 8, 9, 10, one of those birthdays, maybe it was his 10th birthday, that they did a big Disney and Universal trip. I am somebody that would love to go to Universal. I think it would be so fun, but because we're such big Disney people and we have the Walt Disney World annual pass, I just never feel the urge and like the draw to go to Universal. But let me tell you, now that I've seen all of the Epic Universe content and all the content creators going, riding the rides, trying all the food, part of me is almost like itching for a Universal trip. So never say never. I feel like it's not in the cards right now for us because we have a lot going on this year, but I will say in the next maybe year or two, I would love to go to Universal. It is on my bucket list of things to go and try because I'm also a big water park person, and they have Volcano Bay, which I've always wanted to try. So yes, long story short, I would love to go to Epic Universe now especially, and Universal Studios. So it's on kind of our bucket list and things that we want to do. It's not in the near future, but Universal, if you're watching and want to have me and Corey out, that would be a dream. I think I would faint and wouldn't even make it to Universal because I would probably pass out. But either way, yes, Universal is definitely on our bucket list and something that we would love to do in the near future. The next question is, what is something you are proud of lately? I will say the two things that I am most proud of most recently. The first one is 2 goals that I actually set for myself in April, and I accomplished both of them. And they were, for me, really big goals. They might feel small to someone else, but to me, they were such big goals. The first one was eating through the refrigerator. Corey and I are the biggest culprits of buying a ton of snacks, buying a ton of groceries with the intentions to eat everything, and then every single week Sunday rolls around and groceries have gone bad, or we haven't eaten the meals that we said we were going to. I feel like for the most part we're pretty good about it, but there's always those few little days or 1 or 2 days in the week where we just don't eat what we have, and we're just like, yeah, okay, we've made the leftovers and we'll just dump them instead of eating them. But this month, you guys, when I tell you we barely threw out anything in the refrigerator, we ate through every single thing, and that to me I was just so proud of, because I feel like we are wasteful when it comes to groceries, and I am just really proud that we ended up eating through everything in the refrigerator. And the second thing I'm really proud of is this month I stuck to a $250 shopping budget, which if you know me, that's really hard. Okay, I have a really bad shopping habit problems. I love to shop, love to buy new clothes, love to buy kind of things that I see online that are trending. New clothes come out. I'm just a big shopper, but this month I really tried to be intentional and try to curb that because we are saving for a home, and I want to work on really good shopping habits before we buy a big home where we're not going to have as much expendable income as we do right now. And I am proud that I pretty much stuck to that budget. The budget was $250 and I spent $267. So I went, $17 over budget. And for me, I I'm really proud of that because I feel like more than not, I am constantly well over a shopping budget, or I'm just shopping excessively for absolutely no reason. So those are two things that I am really proud of myself for this month. The next question might make me emotional because when I read it originally, it did almost kind of bring a little bit of a tear to my eye. But the next question is, what would you tell your 10, 15, and 20-year-old self? I love this question, and I feel like if I ever have a daughter one day and they're watching this video back and they're 10 or they're 15 or they're 20, so something I would tell my 10-year-old self is that you are beautiful just the way that you are, because when I was 10 years old is when I was really trying to slick back my hair, straighten my curls. I hated having curly hair. I always felt like all the other girls just had this beautiful, shiny, pin straight hair, and all I wanted was to have pin straight hair when I got out of the pool swimming at my friends' houses, and my hair was just wild and crazy and rambunctious and curly. And as you can tell, it's in this bun now, but like, you all know that I have really curly hair. And if I were to tell my 10-year-old self anything, it's that you are beautiful just the way you are, just the way that you were made, and love your curls because you are just so beautiful the way that you are and you don't need to change. Something I would tell my 15-year-old self is that you don't know it all and your parents know best. And that is because when I was 15, I feel like I reached this point where I wanted to be the cool girl and I wanted to dress a certain way and wear all this makeup, and I just wanted to be the cool girl in high school. And every time my parents would give me advice or tell me things, I would just brush it off and say like, what do you know? There's no way that you're right. And I feel like looking back at my 15-year-old self, I wish that I just listened to my parents more and took their advice. They obviously had been on earth way longer than I had and will always be on earth longer than me. And I just wish that I took their advice and listened to them and just took things slow. I feel like you take a lot of things for granted when you're in your early teens, and I wish I didn't take so much for granted when I was 15. And then something that I would tell my 20-year-old self is never settle. Never, ever, ever settle for anything less than you deserve. I feel like when I was in college, I was just unaware of my worth, right? I think guys, even in their 20s when they're in college, are finding their own way, right? They're enjoying themselves when they're in college. You as a girl or woman are enjoying yourself when you're in college. And I feel like I just remember never wanting to settle and like settling for anything less than I felt like I deserved. And then I found Corey, and I remember thinking to myself, there's no guy that's still gonna open the door for me. There's no guy that's gonna love me unconditionally. There's no guys like that out there. Chivalry is dead. There's no gentleman left. And Corey is the epitome of every single thing that I could have ever dreamed for myself. He's everything I dream of for my future children. He's everything that I have ever wanted in a man, in a partner, in a husband, in a best friend, in anything possible. And he exists, and I just never thought that he did. So something I would tell my 20-year-old self is never settle, and there are good guys out there, okay? Never settle, never question your worth, because you are worth a lot in this world, and there is somebody out there that will 100% love you and value you in your entirety and all of your worth. So never, ever, ever, ever settle. The next question is favorite skincare products. You guys, I feel like I have the same skincare routine that I've had for a million years. Only every so often do I throw in a few new products into my routine because of my eczema, but I will give you my 5 favorite skincare non-negotiable products, and I can also have them linked down below. The first one is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. That's my everyday moisturizer. I love that. She is my holy grail. My next is also from First Aid Beauty, which is the First Aid Beauty Face Wash or Face Cleanser. That is the only face wash in the world, minus the Tula face wash. I still love that one as well. That keeps my face really squeaky clean, but doesn't feel like it's stripping and makes my face really dry. So those 2 things. The next thing is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum. I absolutely love that product. That is another holy grail. My next one is the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. Love that to no end. And then my 5th, I feel like there's a few that I've kind of tried out. I'm trying to think of any really all-time favorite skincare products. Oh, I will say this one is a pricey one, but it is the Tatcha Vitamin C Face Mask. I always forget about this face mask, but then when I go to put it on, I say, I'm obsessed. I remember why. I absolutely love it. That face mask is incredible. So I'll have those 5 favorite favorites linked down below. Those are some of my all-time favorite skincare products. So the next question is, was it hard to build your social media community and how long did it take? So first, let's start out with how long did it take for me to grow my presence on social media / gain a community. So I first started vlogging in May of 2021. That's when Corey and I, my husband, went to Disney World for the first time. And then I posted my first ever, I think it was on June 7th or around June was the first time I'd ever posted a vlog on YouTube. So it has been about 4 years that it's taken me to grow this community. And for reference, I have, I think, 13 or 14,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which to me is insane. The fact that I even hit 1,000 to me was like the biggest groundbreaking thing in the world. To grow even where I am now to me feels honestly truly like a dream. And then I have about, I think maybe 6,000 or 7,000 followers on Instagram. And let me tell you, it was a lot of hard work because you have to be consistent and you have to be posting. But even in addition, I feel like for me, the thing that's been the most rewarding about the community that I've built here is that I feel like every single person here, every single one of you that watches my videos, likes my videos, comments on my videos, messages me on Instagram, I feel like we've become just this little corner of the internet. And I say that in every video, but this to me truly feels like a community of people. It doesn't feel very content creatory or very like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like that for me. To me, this feels like an extension of my family. And I think because I have nurtured and taken such good care of the videos I post and the content that I am posting, and I've just always been or tried to be as much of myself as I can and be as open and honest with you guys, I have gotten so many beautiful messages from all of you that have said, thank you so much for opening up about your anxiety, or thank you so much for not sugarcoating things. Thank you so much for being the big sister that I never had to give me the hard and tough love advice. And to me, that is all that I could truly ever ask for in this community with all of you. So it has been hard to create this community, of course, because you're putting yourself out there online. And of course there's backlash, right? I get hate comments on videos and people have talked about me negatively or my husband negatively online. And I do have really thick skin, but at the end of the day, we're all just human and want to be able to share our life, and we're all just being vulnerable online. But it was hard to grow this community, but honestly, I would not change it for the world. I am so glad that all of you stick around for every aspect of my life, whether that's our Disney vlogs, which you'll always find on this channel, whether it's lifestyle vlogs or these monthly FaceTime little coffee chats, welcoming a new month series. Just you've allowed me to grow so much with all of you over the last 4 years. And so yes, it was, of course, hard to create a community. I guess, can you even say that it was hard, but all of you have just stuck around for the ride. And that to me is just like the best gift you could have ever given me, because I feel like it's been such a beautiful journey. So I hope that answered your question. Let me read it one more time, because now I'm like, did I even answer it? Was it hard to build your social media community, and how long did it take? So, yes, it's hard to build a community online, but I think what I feel the most proud of here in this space is that you're all open and loving and love my family with open arms, and you welcome me into your home, you welcome my husband into your home, and just all the things of my mundane life, my basic life, my fun life, all the aspects that are me. And I feel like I can just be 100% authentic with you guys. And so I still, am I even answering? I don't even know if I'm answering the question. You also let me be chaotic and have like crazy brain sometimes, but either way, we'll move on from there. Was it hard to build your social media community? Yes and no. I just posted what brought me joy, and all of those that loved it the same way that I did stayed. And how long did it take? I have been on YouTube for 4 years. So let's move on to the next question, because I feel like that question now I'm just like rambling off in a tangent. The next question is, when are you posting the wedding vlog? Let me tell you, I cannot wait to post the wedding vlog. And when I say wedding vlog, it's not like me and Corey holding the camera style vlog. It is our wedding video. Now, I got all of the raw footage back from our videographer, and they crafted the most beautiful like hour and 20-minute long video. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I want to post the whole hour and 20 minutes. Comment down below, do you guys want the full hour and 20 minutes? I'm like, is that even too long to put on social media or like on YouTube? So let me know if you want the full video, but my plan is to post the full like wedding video, either one that I kind of craft with all the raw footage, or our videographer's actual really long video on our 1-year wedding anniversary. So on September 21st is when you are going to get the full 1-year like wedding video because I want to wait and save it, and I'm trying to elongate the wedding process as long as possible. Just even post the wedding a little bit, like I just want to still enjoy it in this last year. So I'm waiting a little bit longer, but September 21st this year of 2025, you can expect the wedding video, wedding vlog. That is when you'll get it. The next question is house hunting updates. Can we have some house hunting updates? Are you house hunting? What is going on with that? So I will be fully transparent. Corey and I are not actively in the house hunting market, but in February, we did go and see a house, and then about a month ago, we saw another house as well, just to kind of get our feet wet, understand the housing market, the buying process. I am a little torn, if I'm being honest with you guys, about vlogging the house hunting process, not for any other reason other than I feel like we don't know when we want to buy. We know that we'd like to buy this year, but we're just not in a traditional house buying process, and we haven't decided if either A, we want to go through that process just the two of us, or if we want to vlog the entire process. You will know first thing when we do buy a house. I just haven't fully decided if I want to vlog the entirety of the house hunting journey or the process. I go back and forth. So comment down below if that's something that you actually want to see. Do you want to see me and Corey's house hunting process? Do you just want to know when we get a house and a little bit about the behind the scenes? So would love to know what you guys want to see, but I think right now Corey and I are a little bit mixed on it. Like, part of me wants to vlog it, part of me wants to save that for something not for the vlog. So comment down below, like, what do you guys want to see? Next question is, how do you budget? Tips for someone struggling. I am someone that has just recently gotten into budgeting, and I feel like I have finally just cracked a little bit of a code after a year of budgeting of what has worked for me. So how do you budget? Basically how I budget, I can link the spreadsheet that I use down below, but every single month I take a look at this Excel sheet and what I spent in the previous month and see where I want to make tweaks, see what we have coming up that month. You know, do we have anniversaries? Do we have birthdays? Do we have vacation? And like, where do I want to start kind of allocating my money, along with my yearly budget goals of, do I have big savings goals? Do I want to pay off more of my student loan? How much do I want to put in a big savings? So that's kind of how I start every month budgeting, is in this Excel sheet. And then what I do is kind of talk through each category, and I'll share two kind of as an example. The first is groceries. Okay, Corey and I, as I've talked about on this channel before, we're bad with the grocerying. We're just recently getting into actually eating through our fridge, and what we're not very good at is this idea of sticking to a grocery budget, because I feel like we always just go well over the budget and then we're not eating everything in the fridge. So now what we've done is we say, okay, we have a budget, the two of us, for $600 or $700 a month for groceries. I'll take one half, Corey takes the other half. We're gonna combine our finances this year, but we just haven't yet. So right now they're still split, and everything evens out in the long run. But for example, for me, my grocery budget will be $350 and Corey's will be $350. Or if one month I spend X amount, then Corey's budget will increase and mine will decrease. So that's kind of how I like to budget. I feel like I'm still navigating myself how I like to budget. For example, some months I go well over, some months I stay well under certain, buckets in the budget, but that's how I start. And then tips for anyone that is struggling, or for someone that is struggling, I would say you got to start with just budgeting one category and taking a month and sticking to it. That was me last month with my shopping budget. All my other budgets I'd stayed, I would say, pretty much for the most part on track with, but the shopping one was very important to me. I remember at one point I had like $150 in my Amazon cart, and I said, oh, I'm just gonna order it, it is what it is. But I actively remembered and said, you have a $250 budget. Do you want to spend over half of your budget on this Amazon cart? And I took like half the stuff out and saved it for later. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you half of the stuff that was in the Amazon cart at the time. So that would be mine, is pick one category that you budget for and really stick with it, because that is definitely, I feel like, what helped me a lot when I was just starting to budget. The next question is, what are you most excited for this upcoming summer? And I will say I have three things. I was gonna say two, but I have three things that I'm most looking forward to this summer. The first one is going to Disney with Megan and Tyler again. Oh my God, I cannot wait to go to Disney with them in July. We're just gonna have the best trip. We added an additional day on, so we'll be there one day longer than we were the last time. And I can't wait. I can't wait to be there with them again and just have another fun sibling trip to Disney. So that's the first one. The second one is we are going to Canada for Brandon and Heidi's wedding. So I am so unbelievably excited for that, and then to spend an entire week after with Caitlin and Austin and just get quality friend time with people that we really don't get to see often. So I would say that. And then the third thing I'm most looking forward to this summer, outside of those two big things, we have a peaceful summer on the horizon that is New England beach days, clam chowder, lobsters, and just peaceful weekends here in New England. Last summer, we were everywhere. We had my bachelorette, friends' bachelorettes, Corey's bachelor party, like 3 or 4 weddings, and we were a Disney trip. We were just everywhere all the time. And this summer, I am just so much looking forward to a peaceful New England beach summer because I feel like I have not had one of those in a very long time, in like 2 or 3 years. And let me tell you, this summer, New England Brianna is coming out. She is thawing, she is ready, and I am coming out of hibernation. The next question is how to stay consistent with filming even when you feel like it's getting repetitive. That is how I feel honestly right now, is that my filming and my vlogging is just so repetitive, right? I work my 9 to 5. We cook dinner after work. Majority of the time we go out for ice cream now that it's warm out. We come home, we watch TV, and we go to bed. And I think something that I originally struggled with was, again, that mentality of I'm comparing myself to other creators, people that don't work a 9 to 5, people that get to do fun stuff at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a beautiful spring day. And I just don't live that life. And for me, I really struggled in the comparative mindset of who wants to watch my kind of basic, boring, mundane, goofy, fun, enjoyable vlogs for me, because that's the kind of content I like to absorb. And I like to see both kinds of content, right? I like to see people's week in the life when they don't work a full-time job, or week in the life when they do work a full-time job. So, and realistically for me, how to stay consistent with filming even when it feels repetitive is I just love sharing my life with you guys, and I love being able to bring you along on, maybe I think it's going to be a boring week, but then all of a sudden a Wednesday night it takes a turn and Corey and I go out for ice cream and I'm like, well, this is kind of fun to vlog, right? And I think when it comes to staying consistent with something, for me, it gives me routine, it gives me purpose. I love sharing my life online. So even if it's boring and mundane, I still want to be able to share it. The other thing is, I think it's okay to not be consistent. And I think it's okay to take a break. For me right now, all this week, I have not vlogged. I have not vlogged a single day in the life, week in the life. I just wanted a break. I wanted to just film a coffee chat, film getting myself ready for May. And that was it. I just didn't want to do anything else other than that. And then I've decided that I'm going to film a weekend vlog. And I just kind of took a break from the weekly vlogs. And I almost feel like it kind of re-gives you energy and gives you more creative spark of, great, I took a break. Now, next week, one night, I want to go to the thrift store, or I'm going to do a Target haul, or I'm going to run an errand on a weekday, because it brings something fun into the vlog and for you to be able to create and kind of film your life doing. So I think for me, it's been great to be consistent, but it's okay to take a break. And that's exactly what I did this past week, because I just said to myself, I've got my coffee chat, I've got my welcoming May video, and I don't want to vlog. I just didn't want to. I just wanted a break to kind of live my life. And now I feel like I'm back and I've got a little bit more of a creative spark and I'm excited for more things to come. So that's how I would say is, staying consistent for me. It's just, I love sharing my life online, but I also take a break when I feel like my cup is getting a little bit empty. The next 4 questions are all Disney questions. So I decided to save and kind of bucket those for the end in case any of you that are not big Disney fans want to bow out here at this part of the video. Thanks for sticking around all this way, but now I'm going to get into my Disney questions. So the next one is, new here, curious of how often you get to visit Walt Disney World, and do you have annual passes? So yes, first question is, do we have annual passes? We do. My husband and I got annual passes back in 2022 when they came back after COVID. We've renewed them every year since. So this is our 2nd year of renewing the annual pass, and we absolutely love it. How often do we go to Disney World? I would say the last few years, consistently, we have gone, I think 3 to 4 times a year, whether that's, for a few weekend trips and 1 or 2 week-long trips, or whether that's 3 week-long trips, whatever that looks like. I would say on average, we try to go about 3 to 4 times a year so that we, A, make our annual pass worth it, but B, we really save up all of our vacation time and only use it for Disney. I'm really fortunate at my company where I get about 4 to 6 weeks vacation a year. So all of that vacation we save and kind of sock away for our Disney trips, and that is realistically when we use it. So let's take 2024, for example. Last year, we went to Disney in March. We went to Disney in May. We went to Disney in July. We went on a Disney cruise / Disney in September. And then we went to Disney World in December. So we went 5 times last year. That was a really big Disney year for us. I would say on average, 3 to 4 times a year is around the amount that we go. And so that was 2024. Let's take 2025 for an example. We went for a few days in February with friends over a long weekend. weekend. We are going in May for Memorial Day weekend, a long weekend, and then we are going in July with Corey's family. So that's already 3 times that we've been so far this year. And I can guarantee you that we'll go again between July and December. We're not really too sure when, but we know that we'll go back. So that is how often we normally visit Walt Disney World in a calendar year. We do love a long weekend trip when we can fly in on a Thursday night, take off maybe Friday and Monday, and then work from Disney on Tuesday, or just fly out Monday as well. So we do try to do some long weekend trips. I really do enjoy those now a lot more as well. But there's just something about a week-long Disney trip. Am I right? Like going on a Friday or Saturday and stay until the following Friday or Saturday is just like the all-time prime Disney trip. Like a full week, it's just like, oh, chef's kiss. Next question is, if you were a Disney park, which one would you be? I think that I would be Epcot. Biased because that's my favorite park, but I don't know. I just feel, can you feel like you give off Epcot energy? I feel like I give off Epcot energy. I don't know. What about it? Maybe because it's the world traveler in me. I love traveling around all the different countries. I love trying all different foods and love eating really, really good food. I love the rides. Like there's relaxing, but there's also really high pace, which I feel like is me. Like I'm living with the land, but I'm also Guardians of the Galaxy. And Frozen is in Epcot, so I feel like that makes it too. I also just, something about the monorail during a festival with the Epcot ball and all the flowers, just, it feels like it's me. But comment down below. You all know me pretty well, I feel like. So if I was a Disney park to you, what Disney park do I give off? And what Disney park does my husband Corey give off? Because to me, he gives, I would say, Hollywood Studios Eyes, but that's his favorite park. So I'm like, I don't know. What park do I give off? And what park does my husband give off? I'd love to know. The next question is, what has been your favorite Disney resort to stay at? I'm gonna give 3. I'm gonna give my favorite deluxe resort, my favorite moderate resort, and my favorite value resort. So my favorite value resort to start, Pop Century. Honestly, that is my OG favorite resort. I love that it is cost effective. I love that it's on the Skyliner. It gives me just that 90s nostalgia Disney vibe, and I'm a Pop Century girl, okay? If I'm ever staying value, I'm staying Pop Century, and I love everything about Pop Century. The Hippy Dippy pool, that's where I got my first ever Pina Colada, which is like my favorite drink in all of Disney. Just a fun alcoholic beverage, but now I get them sometimes non-alcoholic. So Pop Century for my favorite value. My favorite moderate resort that we'd ever stayed at is Port Orleans French Quarter. The beignets, the small footprint, the boat transportation to Disney Springs, the rooms. You feel like you're just in this little cozy little town, and I love everything about Port Orleans French Quarter. My second favorite would be Coronado Springs and the Tower, because that gives like deluxe on a moderate budget. So that would be my second favorite, but my all-time favorite moderate resort is Port Orleans French Quarter. And then my favorite deluxe resort that we've ever stayed at, along with my favorite Disney hotel stay that we have ever had, is Disney's Riviera Resort. That hotel holds my heart. I absolutely love it. I love the food, love the pool, love Bar Riva. Just every single thing that resort encompasses is all of my favorites. I love the color scheme. I love the Mediterranean flair. I love all of the food options. I love that it's on the Skyliner, which is my favorite transportation, mode of transportation. I love that it's near Epcot and Hollywood Studios, my 2 favorite parks. So yes, I would say the Riviera is definitely my all-time favorite resort that I've ever stayed at, along with it's my favorite deluxe resort that I've ever stayed at. And the last question is May Disney World trip details. So I will give you guys a few little tidbits of information upcoming for our May Disney World trip. So the first tidbit, if I didn't share, we are going over Memorial Day weekend. So we'll be there from Thursday to Tuesday. Long weekend. So excited to be heading down for Memorial Day because we get Monday off. So we took off Friday and now we just get a nice little long weekend in the park. So we're going over Memorial Day. We are staying at a new resort that we have never stayed at before. And this is one of my bucket list hotels. I have talked about this hotel and wanting to stay here for years, so I'm very excited for a new hotel. And the next thing is we are doing a full resort day at this hotel, along with trying a new restaurant that we've never tried, which is at this hotel. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of new to come on this trip, but we're also going to be doing 3 full park days, so I'm looking forward to that as well. We may or may not park hop. We haven't quite decided yet, but those are just a few of the May Disney World trip details, which I'm excited to share. And again, that whole vlog series will be coming out. It'll come out basically the entire month of June. Is just going to be all Disney World vlogs and everything related to Disney. So get ready for a June-filled Disney month because these vlogs are going to be great. I'm excited to bring the DJI, which I'm filming on right now, the Pocket Osmo 3. I will be bringing my Canon just in case I don't love the Osmo, and I gotta reopen the Canon, so we'll see what kind of goes on with that. But that is gonna conclude this monthly coffee chat. I also didn't even have coffee today. I had my Kirkland vitamin water in my Yeti. No, not sponsored, but Yeti. If you wanna sponsor me, let me know, because I love Yeti. Yeti is like my all-time favorite cup of all time. Yeti and Owala. Those are like the two. Also, that was like really random, I feel like, but either way. Got my vitamin water, so welcome to the vitamin water chat, or welcome to the concluding of the vitamin water chat. But if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe. Okay, we'd love to have you join our fun little community here. This community holds the most special place in my heart in the entire world. There are more opportunities and things that you all have given me here that I just truly, it brings a tear to my eye. It makes me feel emotional and happy and just so filled, almost like an outpouring of joy. Like, my heart is so full from this community that we have here. So if you're new, subscribe and join. We'd love to have you. And if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below the tulip emoji. We just went to the tulip farm and I've got fresh tulips in our house and I just love them right now. I'm just in my tulip era now that it's spring. So cheers to another monthly coffee chat series. I love you guys so much. Hope that you enjoyed this installment of the monthly coffee chat series. Comment a tulip down below if you've made it all the way to the end, and I will see you guys in the next one.